Freekicks United or something like that. But I'm I was like, wait, is that Ben Rowe?
I think that was him. Yeah, I think that was his channel. Yeah, that rings a bell.
He must have like changed the channels a lot, huh? Like Noah Damash. I think he's from Germany, right?
Because like buying them new is like so expensive, obviously. But it was when he didn't want to make any more videos, he said, and he just sort of DM'd me and was like, would you want to buy any of these balls? I suppose as well, I look back at some of the older videos I hadn't seen in a while, and then I sort of went, you know, these aren't great. So
all right, Dave, thanks for coming on. Maybe for people who don't know you, can I give us a brief introduction?
Yeah, so I've used to make free kick videos up until sort of a year or two ago. Started in 2015, mainly doing Knuckleball videos, like compilations, and yeah, mainly active sort of from about 3 years ago to around about 2015 sort of time.
Where did your journey even started on the Knuckleball Freekick? Because it's very kind of like niche thing, like on YouTube, right? And overall, because even I, like when I watched some videos back in the day, like the World Cup, like I don't know if you remember in 2010 World Cup when Forlan he had some crazy like free kicks and stuff.
With the Jabalani,
yeah. But like I didn't even know that was called knuckleball. You know, like I was like, oh man, that's a crazy free kick. How did you got into it? Basically,
I was the same as you. Like when I first saw it, I didn't like know what it was. But I think it was maybe the World Cup afterwards with the bazooka. And there was all the free kicks with like David Luiz. I remember scoring one. I remember Pirlo doing a few as well during the tournament. And then in terms of the YouTube stuff, it was maybe a year or two after that. And at first it was just the main people like free kickers that you would find. And then as I sort of got more into it, I found the sort of the smaller channels, if you like, and sort of found the community of like Knuckleball free kicks and stuff.
Free kickers, they were pretty huge. I think it's a channel from a YouTube channel from Germany, and they had the thing where they would like feature like a lot of different content creators, different like highlight stuff. It wasn't just the knuckleball; it was like other, just cool highlights, football related highlights. But they had this thing where I think it was a top 5, right, of the week.
Yeah.
And they would like people, whoever sent them the videos, then they would go through and pick top 5 videos, and then they would kind of feature you, and it was a big kind of boost, right, to people who got featured on it. Have you tried sending some of your clips to them?
Yeah, I sent clips all the time. I used to annoy them with emails, I think, when I was younger. But never managed to get in. To be fair, I got into like a few years later. I got into they did like a compilation, and I didn't actually send a shot in, but it somehow got in. So yeah, once I stopped sending them in, that was when I actually got in. But I never got into the original top 5, unfortunately.
That would probably give you a good boost if you made it. I remember I talked to Ewan from EB Skills, and he was telling me how he would annoy them too. He'd be like, I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? And it was, I think Kanzi was the main guy, and he would tell me, he's like, yeah, man, I like hit him up of like on the Facebook. I think he said he would be on the Facebook and chatting with him on the Facebook.
I used to send the emails, and then like I wouldn't just send the clips. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm a massive fan of your channel." Like write a little essay because I thought it might help me get in. But yeah, it never worked.
Yeah, they probably had a lot of people hitting them up back in the day. Like I said, if you made it like Knuckleball Twins, that's kind of how they blew up from their real or fake goal. And I think Sammy, I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen his podcast he did with his twin brother Charlie. They kind of go into depth on how like it all went down, how they that clip got picked up by the free kickers, and how it like their channel just blew up, and that video specifically
yeah,
blew up for them. So it was kind of cool.
yeah. Definitely, like that goal specifically was like one of the ones that you just used to see in all like the compilations. I remember even they used to do the best of the top 5 goals, and they'd make like these top 100 goals of the year and stuff like that. And those were like equally like big videos. If you got into those, it would be like a big thing. But yeah, that was like one of the classic free kicks. I remember that one. Yeah.
I told Ewan that too, because I started towards the end of 2016 making my highlights videos, and I wish I kind of sent some of my stuff over, but I was like a little greedy. I'm like, who's these guys, man? It's like, this is my stuff. This is my, I wasn't like, I'm like, man, they're making money off of me or something. That was kind of my thinking.
Yeah.
Who else from the Knuckleball community you watched and on a regular basis, and kind of you maybe had even kind of like a YouTube conversation and stuff? Like, who would you say that like some of the big ones that you had contacts with?
In terms of contacts, that was probably like later. At first, I used to watch a lot of the sort of not just free kickers, but like Buddhism, shoot and throw, these sorts of ones. But I never like had any contact with any of them. I'd maybe drop like a few comments and stuff like that. But it was really once I'd been a few years in, that was when I sort of found, like Just Knuckle it, Ben Rowe, and also Aussie Free Kickers was a big one as well that I used to watch a lot. And those are the people I'd say. Nico Mankler as well. Probably some of the main ones that I spoke to, mainly through YouTube comments, but sometimes like DM and stuff as well.
Because I started my channel back in October 2016, and like I didn't know nothing about YouTube that much. I just kind of like, hey, I want to record, and YouTube was kind of the thing to post, right? Your clips.
That's exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah, and then like once I kind of got into it, I started learning about like different, like, I don't know, how would you say, like different scenes, I guess you could say, because there's like freestylers, there was free kicks, there was like what I did, the highlights, there was just, or somebody was doing like different like challenges, so there was like different kind of scenes, which some of them were kind of overlapping, and some of them were like really kind of niche, just by itself too. So when I first kind of found out about the Knuckleball community, I kind of started going in, also like commenting on their channels. Sometimes I'd be a little bit more aggressive, where I'd be like, hey, nice video, hey, can you sub to me, and that kind of stuff. So there was definitely some of like
classic,
sub to sub kind of stuff going on there too, which nobody kind of had the backlash. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll sub to you, and then might come over and on your video and say something, like, hey, great video, sub back to me.
It's actually like one of the biggest like changes, I'd say, like from when I started. Like, used to get so many of these like copy and paste comments. It would just be like, great video, I think you've got a big future, please subscribe to my channel, or something like that. And it would be like, you'd get like 10 of those on every video. But and it really died down probably, I don't know, maybe 2018, 2019, something like that. And then it just became mainly like the free kick people that commented, I'd say.
Yeah, especially I think when you're like small channels, like a lot of these guys who like they're trying to really like hurt quickly, like uh, blow up on YouTube, right? So they're like, oh, I'm just copy and paste and just drop all the. I mean, I kind of did similar, but I kind of like I would watch and just try to like if I see a nice free kick, I'll be like, oh man, that was nice, and I would put like a stamp mark, time mark. Uh, but sometimes I would kind of do at the
Yeah,
beginning. I like kind of was involved in doing that too, but then I kind of like really got into it, and started like saying more kind of like support. That way, it's not just kind of fake. So I kind of wanted to kind of build, relation. You can kind of say like online relationships through the comments.
yeah. Similar, to be honest. Like, I think my first maybe 100, 150 subscribers was probably that sort of thing. Just like people that would subscribe but didn't really watch because I'd just say like sub for sub. But then once that died off, it was sort of I got more into the sort of like actually commenting and watching and knowing who people were and that a lot more.
See, that's the thing is like people who weren't back then, they probably don't remember it. So it's kind of good, like reminder, I guess you could say, how things were back then. The thing I liked about knuckleball scene or community online, they were pretty. It was pretty like vibrant. Like you were saying, like people commenting on each other's videos. There was a lot of like you said, sub for sub, hey, that kind of stuff also. But there was definitely a lot of people kind of genuinely, commented, and many times, and that's what I talked to Ewan. He also mentioned that like when we would like you post a video, right, and it might get like 100 views or 200 views, but you might have like 10 or 20 or even like 40 comments on that. So that was kind of cool thing about the knuckleball community that I remembered back in like 20 like 17, 18, 19, I would say. What about you? What's kind of your experience on that?
The most comments that I used to get was near the beginning. Like, I remember I had videos of like loads of comments. Most of them were just those sort of automatic sub for sub ones. Uh, in terms of like actual comments, I think it probably peaked like when you said like maybe 2017 through to like 2019. There was probably like 10 different actual free kick channels that would watch my videos like regularly, and I'd watch theirs and stuff. So that was probably the peak of like actual real comments was around that time.
I was gonna ask you because you like watching some of your videos, man. You were pulling off some crazy knuckleball movement. I'm still impressed, even watching back. Some of your videos uh, is just amazing. Where you like the way the ball is like, it's sometimes it looks like impossible to get it down. What like how did you uh, got your technique, knuckleball technique developed? Because I know there was like a lot of guys who did knuckleball like tutorials, and uh, I don't know if you did one, but I know those knuckleball tutorial videos, they really like would blow up. Like if you make a knuckleball tutorial, especially back in those days, they would really take out. Like that would be like sometimes your most watched video on your channel,
Yeah,
right?
no. In terms of like if I did one, I did, but it didn't do particularly well. It wasn't the best, to be honest, because I uploaded it like just when I started, and my editing wasn't particularly great. But no, with my technique, it was probably mostly just like at the first few months, just going to the field practicing. Wasn't really watching too much of like in depth follow through and all this sort of stuff. But it was when I sort of first started being able to do it, and then I wanted to try and be able to do it consistently, that's when I'd watch like the tutorial videos that you're referencing. But there was so many, and like as you say, they were so popular, so it was quite easy to like find the mistakes that you're making and stuff like that. So I think that definitely helped a lot in the beginning.
You know, those old guys like Buduiza, like even his video, I think, like had over 500,000 views or something like that. That he did on like how to knuckle it, and so yeah, those videos I remember, because I guess everybody wanted to like learn it, I guess, because it just blew up so much that everybody kind of, even I think even now, like if you make a video like how to knuckleball, you know, and it's, you know, you do really good, it's still, I mean, compared to like maybe 9 years ago, it might not get as much views, but still, even now, you might get like at least a couple of thousand views, right?
Yeah, definitely.
From the pros, who was like your favorite knuckleballer from the like professional footballers?
Ooh, one I actually remember, it's maybe a bit niche, but do you remember Honda's goal at the World Cup in 2010? Played for Japan.
Yeah.
I remember watching a video on YouTube of his best knuckleballs. He hit some like really crazy ones. I think one I remember as well was, it might have been Schweinsteiger or something like that that scored one. I remember it's sort of maybe with the Teamgeist. That was another one I remember seeing at the time. But yeah, the World Cup, and when I that was when I started getting into football, was like the World Cup in 2010. So there was Forlan as well, scoring some crazy goals and that. So yeah, probably those.
Yeah, I know. I also Juninho, he was also crazy knuckleballer.
Yeah.
I think he still like holds the record for how many free kick goals he has, which is crazy.
Yeah, he's the king.
Yeah, that guy. I watched like few weeks ago. I watched this video. I think it was him and I can't remember the goalkeeper, the Brazilian goalkeeper, but they were just practicing, right? Julio Cesar, I think was the goalkeeper's name, and he was going to the you know, top bins, and he kind of showed like tapped it. He's like, okay, you're gonna hit it right here, right? And they were kind of joking, right? And then he went back and to his spot, and Juninho just hit that exact spot where he showed, and he was like, he was going like, okay, I'm done.
Let's try. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of interested. Where in what area of England you're from?
Oh, I'm from Glasgow, but I've lived in England for most of my life.
So you lived all your life over there in like the Glasgow area?
No, so I moved from Scotland in 2009, so I've been in England since. But yeah, I was born in Scotland.
I was gonna ask you, what part of England did you live once you moved from Scotland?
I'm in Cheshire. It's sort of not too far from Manchester and Liverpool. It's sort of just south, about 45 minutes.
So you're kind of more like up northwest area.
It's classed as like the northwest.
I found this video. It was this channel, Just 3 Football, and they said our first collaboration, and I think it was they were collabing with you, but it was mostly just kind of like they used their clips and your clips and kind of just put it together on the video. How did you end up collabing with these guys?
I think it was on Instagram. They messaged. It was quite a while ago, to be honest. But yeah, it wasn't like in person. It was just they asked me to send some clips, and they said they wanted to edit the video. So I didn't really do anything, to be honest. It was just they put like a video which mixed like their clips in mine, and then I uploaded it. But that's all I can really say.
Especially small channels, right? They kind of wanted to collab, but it's, you know, sometimes like the distances were too far, and or you couldn't really, like, you know, move, or you were like in school maybe, right? You had something to do that you couldn't, but you could just send your, you know, clip and be like, oh, okay, you know, check us out, like who's better or something, like comparing, you know, the two. And then the comments, people be
Yeah.
like, oh, you suck, or this guy's better, right? I think it was back in 2019. David MC. He's a. I mean, people who might watch it now, they think of him as like a big YouTuber. But back in 2019, he was still kind of small YouTuber, right? He made a couple of videos where he featured you. I think it was best football for Knuckle. So that's kind of cool that you guys able to collab too. He also made a video, I think, learning knuckleball in like 1 week, where he also had the Nikuman Kila and just knuckle it kind of there. I kind of like how he edited too. He would go like he would watch their video, but he kind of go like frame by frame to kind of see what they did like right before hitting the ball. So that was kind of cool thing that he
Yeah,
did.
I think he definitely made like really good videos, like you're saying, like his editing and stuff like that. I think that's probably why he's got like however many subscribers it is now.
How kind of highlight some of the like uh, very like active but not like huge channels. So that was kind of cool of him to do. I remember when like you would post videos back in the day, especially, and people be like, "Hey, what kind of music you know, you put on your videos, or what kind of cameras you use, or what kind of like editing systems you use?" Like that was like kind of a lot of questions. I remember people would always hit up, you know, that also kind of wanted to get into the knuckleball too. What kind of like cameras did you use, and also editing system when you were making your videos, from like beginning till like towards the end?
Yeah, so I've never actually used like a camera apart from right at the start. I bought one and I couldn't figure out how to get the clips off of it, so I think it was like a cheap one. But I've always just used my iPad. I've got like a tripod and then a clamp, and this sort of iPad just fits in, and I'll just always record on that. And if it's raining, I have to use like a bin bag that goes over it. So that's the only problem, is that it's not got like a waterproof thing. But yeah, I've used that since I started. That and sometimes my tablet, but that same setup.
You kind of were really close, got involved with Just Knuckle It, Ben Rowe, I think Nika Monkila. You guys always like commenting on each other's video, kind of supporting each other. Just tell me, like, how'd you guys even started kind of like doing that?
I'd say the first time, I think it must have been the first video I remember watching of Just Knuckle It was like he hit this shot, and it sort of clipped the crossbar. It was like the greatest knuckleball that never was, or something like that. And it was maybe 2016. I think Ben Rowe used to have an old channel, and he got into like quite a few of the same top fives that I was in. That's how I think I found his. And Nico was maybe a year or so after that. I think as well, Power and Precision used to run a top five, and he got into one of the ones that I was in. I think that's when I found his. And yeah, and that was around about when I was sort of getting into doing it a lot more, like consistently. I filmed like every week, and they were like the most consistent ones and the best ones at the time. So yeah, I'd watch all their videos and comment, and they'd do the same as well.
I think I found a couple of videos where, like you said, there's top five, but it wasn't the Free Kickers. It was some other like smaller channels, and I watched it, and I think one of the videos you were even like the winner of the top 5, and then I watched some like they named whoever was the number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, and one of those, I think it was Free Kick United or something, Free Kicks United or something like that. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is that Ben Rowe?
I think that was him. Yeah, I think that was his channel. Yeah, that rings a bell.
He must have like changed the channels a lot,
The
huh?
bell.
Back then.
Yeah, I remember. Now that you say, I think it was Freekicks United, and the shot I remember from him, he hit one with like the Asante into the top right. That was the shot that I remember from him, and then he sort of disappeared for like sometimes like years at a time, and I'd think that he was like quitting, and then he'd just like come back, and then obviously now he's like doing really well, making like all the content and whatnot. He's like probably one of the best, so yeah, it's pretty crazy.
The quality of his videos is just insane. Like he's using like he's really good at like the cameras and stuff. The editing, like I would say like he's top notch from the like the free kick knuckleball community. I guess it's from what I hear, he was like he got into photography, so that might have helped him learn about the gear and stuff. I think it was the third video you posted on your channel. It was called something. Can this video make it to the top 5 free kickers? And I think it's your most watched video on your channel.
Yeah.
Did it like how did you get the views? Was it like right away kind of blew up, or was it kind of slowly?
Yeah, I'd say like probably half and half. I think I got quite a decent number, at least for my channel, like within posting it like a few weeks, and then it's just sort of gradually it became the most watched video, but it wasn't like I didn't get 1,000 views or whatever straight away. It was sort of like probably I'd guess like a few hundred, and then because it's been uploaded now for so many years, it's just sort of gradually got some more. But yeah, that's probably like maybe my favourite free kick that I hit, to be honest, that one. Still, just because of the time and whatnot. So yeah.
A really good knuckleball for sure. You also had a lot of people kind of featured in your videos, like Rube, 19, I think, Samson, Philip, and just a couple of more guys. How'd you meet? Were they your friends, or did you guys just meet up at the park?
Everyone that I recorded with mostly was like friends from school. So yeah, I first started with a mate from primary school, and then I went to secondary school, and that was when I sort of like met the others. And yeah, it was a good time to feel. Recorded like almost every week with at least like one or two of them. So yeah, this I suppose it was like that was the main thing, and then like the camera would just be, we'd film the videos in the background, but it was just like a sort of fun the time sort of play football and that.
Some of them you would link like their channels also, so did they also like posted the videos like knuckleball videos on their channels?
I think yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 of them started their own channels like on the side, but I can't remember if it was just free kick videos or whether they did other stuff as well. But I think they definitely did do like football videos, and sometimes they would bring like their recording stuff and record at the same time and stuff like that, and just sort of make different edit videos and whatever of the free kicks.
I was gonna check out like some of their videos, and I would go, but it's either there was no videos or the channel will be like completely deleted. So I was like, oh man, that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, I imagine probably most of them are deleted, to be honest now, but I haven't checked.
When you were doing your knuckleball, what would you say your favorite ball for knuckleball?
Favorite ball? I think the best one I've had is probably the Jackal. I think it's the 3.0 ball. I think that's the ball that probably was the best in terms of like the movement and all that you could get on it. I always liked shooting with the Tango because that was the first official match ball that I had, the finale one. It's not like the easiest one to knuckle, but I quite liked the way that you could, if you did knuckle it, you could get quite nice movement on it. Other ones, one I quite liked actually that maybe isn't like a classic one was the Knext, the 15. I used to think that ball like had a really nice movement and like just was generally a nice ball as well, like a nice design and that. So yeah, so if I enjoyed shooting with all of them because you could get like different shots and different sort of types of shots with each one.
Have you had like a Jabulani or a Teamgeist, the match balls?
Yeah, I got a Teamgeist. I don't know if you'll know, but there was a guy who used to make videos called Noah Damash, and he offered to sell it and sold the Teamgeist to me like really, really cheap as well. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to have got one. But yeah, I was really lucky with that. Jabulani, I got one, but it had an issue. So it was one of the ones they used to like test, and it had these. I actually didn't have to pay for it. It's like a weird story, but it's like it is an official one, but it's got like all these like pressure marks and stuff, and it's a bit difficult to. It doesn't really fly properly, so I tried to use it anyway, and I managed to get like some okay shots with it, but it was quite like difficult. It sort of didn't dip; it would do this like weird spinning thing. So yeah, that was a shame. But I also bought a Euro pass, but it was a fake, so I had to send that back. Yeah, those are the only like classic old ones that I've had. The Teamgeist is really probably the only one like that I've had properly.
Yeah, that guy Noah Damash, he was I think he's from Germany, right?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of in the scene back then as well. I remember he would always like commented on your channel, like just knuckle it. So it's kind of cool that he gave you a good deal on that ball.
Yeah, he gave me a really good deal, to be fair. Because like buying them new is like so expensive, obviously. But it was when he didn't want to make any more videos, he said, and he just sort of DM'd me and was like, would you want to buy any of these balls? And obviously I was like, that's, a really good deal. So yeah, I managed to get a Teamgeist.
Just Knuckle It and Ben Rowe and a couple of other guys, they kind of got into like even collecting official match balls. Like that was kind of their, you could say their like side thing, since they kind of got into the knuckleball. Did you get into like collecting official match balls at all?
Yeah, I definitely don't have like collections probably comparable to those, like with all the sort of different Jabulanis and different models and that. But no, I've had like quite a lot of different ones. I had some cool ones as well, like the Winter Bazooka was one that's not that common, and that was a really nice ball. Tango one, I've had the original Tango as well as the finale version. The Knext, I had some Champions League official balls as well. They were always like a bit different as well, like knuckleball in them. But yeah, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but yeah, like a good collection, to be fair.
What about your like favorite football boots? Did you have any like favorite football boots for when you were doing like free kicks?
One of my favorite boots I ever had was the Nitro Charge boots, Adidas Nitro Charge. Oh, you got that? Yeah. No, I loved them. I had them when I first started, so they'll always be a favourite. I also had the Mizuno Wave Ignitus 4s, which are like the knuckleball specific boots. They've got like a spot. They were really cool as well. I had these the other ones I'd say is probably like these Nike Mercurials. I can't remember which model, but they were always like, I hit quite a lot of decent shots when I was wearing them, so they were an all favorite, I would say.
I have a wide foot, so like especially nowadays, it's like so hard to find like good boots for me. But yeah, the Nitro Charge, I still have it. I still play with it, and I had it since like 2015. So it's been like over 10 years now.
Yeah, I think that's. I had like an orange and green pair. I think it was like 2015 that they came out.
Yeah, I got actually exactly the same color with the blue one. I don't know if you can see. Like that's exactly the ones I have.
Oh yeah, the poster in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one like back in, I think it was a spring of 2015, and I think I got like half a size bigger.
So have they made any new ones of those? I haven't seen.
I'm not sure. I'm not really like, you know, that much of a like football boots geek.
But me either, no.
I know they remade like a lot of Nike and Adidas. Have you heard of Eric Edwardson?
Yeah.
He's a old school knuckleball guy. He's like from 2009, I think, or 2008, somewhere around there. But he's got his new channel where he's got like a lot of, he's like into like different boot collection, and he's got like a crazy, and also I think Cameron from Power and Precision, I think he's probably the crazy from all the knuckleball people I know. He's got like a crazy collection, and he's got like, it's not just like, hey, this boot, but he's got like a special like 200 made only or some kind of like you know, like a super niche collectible boot or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
crazy.
I kind of learned a little bit from these guys, you know, watching their videos about the boots, but like I don't really like know that much myself.
No,
I think Knuckleball Twins, Sammy, he's got those Mizuno boots. I'm kind of wanting to buy and try those out because I think Mizuno, they make for the wide feet. That's kind of maybe my dream one of these days to get one of those boots, because they're pretty expensive too, and the other thing is you can only buy online. I think you can't just buy from the store.
I had a look like not that long ago, and I couldn't even like find anywhere to buy like the ones that I had, or at least not within like a reasonable price. But yeah, when I had them, they were like really good. Like you say, I think they are like for wider feet as well, and like dead comfortable. But yeah, quite expensive, I think.
Before you started your Freekick Lads channel, did you have any other channels before that, or after that, did you kind of get into anything else on YouTube?
I don't think I had any of my own channels before that, but I think me and my mate had one that was sort of before the Plowdinio one that we used to make videos on. That was sort of probably before I started this one, but I haven't had any like second channels or anything like that since. Just this one.
Because I know some of the guys like Ben Rowe, like he had so many different channels. It's kind of interesting to like get into it and dissect it. Like, oh wait, you had this channel before? Oh, you got this channel. So it's kind of cool. You just kind of like Freekick Lads, and this is kind of, that's it. That's all you had it, huh?
Yeah.
The last video you posted on your channel, it's called Pitch 3. And I think it came out in October 2023. You had like Pitch 1, I think, Pitch 2 before that, which like all the 3 pitch videos that you made, I think is like probably my favorites from your channel. What inspired you to make those videos specifically?
Before that, I'd made a lot of just like free kick compilations, just like sort of standard ones, and I'd seen probably like what you're saying, some of like the more, you know, Buddha's ones where it's like a lot more editing and sort of different content, not just free kicks. You sort of make it a little bit different. So that was what I was thinking of when I started this. Obviously, like nowhere near as good as that in terms of the editing or anything like that. But that was like the idea, to make something that's a bit different, I suppose, a bit more sort of different music, different clips, and still have the free kicks. It also worked because I sort of took longer to film those videos, so it gave me more time to like make sure the shots were like better for the video. Whereas before I was posting like every month, so it sort of worked a lot better this way. I suppose just I had more time, so it meant I could sort of use less shots, but make sure like the shots that were in it were like a better standard. That was like my aim, so that I'd only have maybe like 10 or 12 free kicks in the video, but I'd try and like save clips so that I could make it like shots that people hadn't seen and like better ones as well.
I could see you put a lot of time into like filming those and editing and even like finding music, and so it's pretty cool to watch. I gotta say, the like Pitch 3, I think probably my favorite out of all of them was Pitch 3. I was going through my subscription and then I saw your video you just posted, so I was like, oh man, this is cool. And then but I watched it just a little bit because I was we were waiting for the this place we were going in to eat, so I was like, okay, I gotta watch this later because I just watched it just like maybe a minute. I'm like, oh man, this is a cool video. So then I came home and I watched it and I made a comment on that video, and yeah, I was impressed. I was like, man, this it kind of almost made me cry. Like you, like so much. It's like you. It seems like you put so much soul into it.
Thanks. Yeah. No, that was. I tried to just. I had like loads of clips because I hadn't posted in ages, like before that, and I just tried to make it, I suppose, like more. A just sort of different vibe to the other videos that I'd made, like especially the first bit before like the free kicks. But no, I'm glad you liked it.
Football Field, I think, was the Buduiza he made. I think Football Field 1 and Football Field 2. Similar vibe to the one you made, the pitch, all the pitch, but especially the pitch 3. But it was kind of like melancholy and like vibe and nostalgic too.
I feel like those are like those ones you mentioned, the Football Field, are like probably two of the best like football videos that have been released. So that was like the vibe I was sort of going for with that.
Because I think I watched yours, but I don't know if I watched Buduiza, and then I went later on. I watched the Buduiza, and I'm like, oh, I was like that. The Football Field is definitely 1 and 2 are my favorite as well. I think he posted those like 2011, and the quality, I was like, man, that's like crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Those videos are so good as well, considering like that time as well.
Yeah, I'm still blown away like by those videos, even like watching it now. Because sometimes I go back and like rewatch it, and I don't know, man. That guy was, I think he was like way ahead of his time. You posted the Pitch 3, which, like in my opinion, your top best. Like you had some crazy knuckleballs in that one too. A few months later, I was gonna go check back, and then I see like all your videos are gone. I was like, oh man, what's going on? So then it took me forever like to find your Instagram, and then I think I hit you up on Instagram. I was like, hey, Dave, can you please put it back on because they were so good. What kind of made you to like private the videos? Like I think it was like early 2024.
I don't know. To be fair, I suppose with like a lot of the older ones, like when I sort of went back and saw them again, it was like, I don't know, I just wasn't that happy with them. So then I sort of thought to private it. That was really my only thinking, to be honest. But I suppose when I look back at some of the older videos, I hadn't seen in a while, and then I sort of went, you know, these aren't great. So I just decided to private all of them at the time. But it wasn't like a private them forever sort of thing. But sometimes I just sort of feel like not having anything on there, and then yeah, I just go through a phase. Nah, after you said that, I sort of was like, you know, if those people don't want to watch, then you know I'll put them back out, because you know it's no problem for me.
I was pretty happy that you put them back on. Last year, I saw your post, and I think it was like your 10-year anniversary when you started your channel, and you said basically, you know, I'm retired, you know, that's it, the end of the road for me. Tell us just what kind of made you to hang the boots, so to speak.
About why I left.
Why did you decide to make the decision to just retire from, you know, doing the knuckleball free kicks and posting it on YouTube or Instagram?
I suppose like the last couple of years, I've not really been able to. I haven't been filming that much, and I've started like playing football as well, like outside of it. So my technique is just not the best at the moment, and hasn't been for like quite a while. I also had like some injury problems from like kicking footballs as well, I think, because I did it so much. So yeah, I just sort of decided that it was probably going to be difficult for me to like make, you know, videos like I did in the past, just because of all those reasons, I suppose, like together.
You know, get better your injuries. I'll definitely would want to see you come back, make a comeback. I did notice that you private all your videos again. Well, why did you decide to do it again?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I probably will leave some of the. It wasn't that long, maybe like a few months ago I did it, but I'll probably leave like some videos on there, like eventually. I just probably have to go through and like see which ones that I like, I suppose. So it was just easier at the moment just to sort of private them, because I've got so many videos that I made that are just sort of like the same thing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll maybe unprivate some like in the near future.
Yeah, you should. Because, like I said, like some of the video, like Pitch 3 videos were really good, and I enjoyed watching those. And I think overall, most of your videos were pretty good. You know, your knuckleball videos. I also liked your, I think it was a pitch routine you did with Rube. I thought they were pretty classic too. You should just unlist them all, you know, especially the ones that you maybe don't like too much. But I think if you just unlisted them, I think it's a little bit better, because it kind of still preserves the video. Like if somebody really wants to watch it, because I think Just Knuckle It, he kind of did similar things, where he kind of left a couple of videos public, and then the rest he just made it. He just unlisted it, I think. But I think he's got like a playlist where you can find them all. So I think you should do that too, because you know, maybe somebody down the road, like 5 years later, the new generation of knuckleballs, they'll be like, "Oh, those were some cool videos." You know, it's good kind of for like the history of it too, like that's what kind of got me interested, also in the knuckleball community.
Yeah. That might be a good idea, actually, to change them to unlisted and then just put them in like a playlist or something. I suppose I could do that. That's so that people can watch it if they want to.
Because it's also, you know, the comments people made. Like I remember, I think my first ever comment on your video was, I think you made it back in 2016 towards the end. It was a like top 12 knuckleball or something like that. And I think I commented on that one too. I believe it was my first comment on your channel.
All right.
Because that's when I kind of started it, also my channel, and I made a video because by the end of 2016, I didn't have enough, videos to make like top 25 or big lists. So I made top 15 because I think you made top 12, and in the description you said, "Don't ask me why it's top 12."
I think I do remember, actually. It was because I'd made the video, which was like supposed to be top 10 goals of the year, and then the day that I was meant to be posting it, I hit like one of my best shots of the year, but then I couldn't decide which ones to take out, so I just made it a top 12 as opposed to a top 10. That was basically it.
I really appreciate you coming on, taking
No
your
worries.
time. Thanks a lot, man. Let me know when you're ready to come out of retirement, and also can't wait to see your videos back on. Yeah, just let me know when that's also coming online. All right, I'll see you later.
All right, see you later.